ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपथकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीं मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयदं सुरदो पङ्गुर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधा मदन मोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम् परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षीयक्षराय दे सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तुमे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदारे कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत. So welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, and from which sloka? 29 sloka onwards. Janma guhyam bhagavato yayetat prayato naraha सायं प्रातर्गृणं भक्त्या दुःखग्रामाद् विमुच्यते जन्म गुह्यं भगवतो ययेतत् प्रयतो नरः सायं प्रातर्गृणं भक्त्या दुःखग्रामाद् विमुच्यते. हरि बोल. उमा.
जन्म गुह्यं भगवतो य एतत् प्रयतो नरः सायं प्रातर्गृह्णन् भक्त्या दुःखग्रामाद् विमुच्यते.
हरि बोल. Vivek Prabhu, translation please. You are on mute, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearance of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life.
Very good. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. Who's telling this?
Sudha Goswami, no, Prabhuji?
Yes, Sudha Goswami. So Sudha Goswami is giving us guarantee that whoever recite about the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, this mysterious appearance of the Supreme Lord, with devotion, you have to underline. Okay? With devotion, what will happen in the morning and evening? They'll be relieved from all the miseries of life. So guarantee given by Sudha Goswami. So with devotion, if you recite these chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about the appearances of these incarnations, morning as well as in the evening, you will be relieved from all the material miseries. So it is, if you make a practice, not only this, any scriptures for that matter, any Leela for that matter, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, okay, these are all Leelas pertaining to the Supreme Lord. So with devotion, if we recite this, definitely we'll get relief from the miseries. So it doesn't mean that we will not get material miseries. We will get material miseries, but we'll get relief. We'll be able to cope up with that miseries. We'll be able to face that miseries without affecting us. This is what it means. Miseries will come. If you are destined to get miseries, it will come. But it will be miseries that are inflicted upon our Pandavas. By Pandavas, from birth till they left the body, they were undergoing so many problems, but they did not suffer. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Okay? You cannot avoid pain, but suffering is optional. It is up to us whether I should suffer or not. Can you stop pain? No. It will come according to our karma. But whether we should suffer in that pain or not, that is up to us. So if we are very devotional, if we recite or if we discuss or if we hear or if we speak about the Leelas of the Supreme Lord from any scriptures, authentic scriptures, we will be blessed by the Supreme Lord to face any material miseries. It will not affect us. Now, all the Pandavas had to face a lot of problems throughout their life, one after another. But they were very settled, like they were not at all bothered. Because why? Krishna was there by their side. Krishna was there by the side to help them, to assist them, to give them motivation. So they were not at all suffering. That is what, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. That is what here Sudha Goswami is telling. In the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So what is the sloka? What is sloka? Anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead. Which sloka is referred here? Anyone? No? It's a very famous sloka. I will tell the first word, Janma. I'm telling you the first word, Janma.
Janma karma cha me divya.
Yes. Janma karma cha me divyam evam veti tattvadaha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti Arjuna. That is it. Okay. So anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth, Janma, karma, activities, divyam, that is transcendental. Evam yo veti tattvadaha tyaktva deham punarjanma. Once they leave the body, punarjanma, they will not come again for perpetual suffering in this material world. So they'll be relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material world. So this is the proof. Lord Krishna himself says that if one knows about the birth and activities of Supreme Lord, transcendental activities, they will not come back again to this material world. On that basis only, Sudha Goswami is telling here. These appearances, that is Janma. So therefore, the birth and activities of the Lord as manifested by him for the welfare of the people in general are not ordinary. So why does he take incarnation? Why does he descend to this material world? Okay, the Supreme Lord descends to this material world not only to give association to his pure devotees, to elevate all of us from this material existence, take us back home, back to Godhead. So this is for the welfare of the people in general. Those who accept that, they'll be delivered. Those who doesn't accept, they have to undergo the vicious cycle of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. They are mysterious. Why it is mysterious? Lord has so many plans which we will not be able to understand. He comes with multi-purposes. And in one incarnation, he does so many things, so many leelas, so many teachings he gives, isn't it? So that's why it is mysterious. We won't know why is he coming, in what form is he coming. Unless we read the scriptures and understand, there are some incarnations listed, not all the incarnations. So we will not be able to understand each and every incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are mysterious. And only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Who can understand? Only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Not all of them. Very hardly few people will be able to understand purpose of his appearance and other activities. So it is, although it is there everywhere, it is in the scriptures, they will not consider that. They will not bother about that. Okay? But some devotees who are inclined in devotional activities, to them, the Supreme Lord will reveal the mysterious appearances and activities of Supreme Lord. Thus, one gets liberation from material bondage. So like that, that person will be able to liberate himself from this material existence. It is advised, therefore, that one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam, describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations in sincerity and devotion can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. So those who recite this morning and evening will get in the insight of the appearance of the Supreme Lord in different incarnations. Such a person will be able to liberate himself, lift himself to the spiritual realm. Okay? How it should be? In sincerity and with devotion. The very word vimukti or liberation indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. What is transcendental means? Guna atit. There are three gunas. Okay? Whatever activities we are doing above the three modes of material nature is called transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one could not attain liberation. Okay? So what is the condition? With devotion, one should, and with sincerity, one should recite it. We should have complete conviction and faith in the words of the Supreme Lord. We should have complete conviction and faith in the words of Sudha Goswami, Sukadeva Goswami, such acharyas. Only then, simply for the sake of reading, just murmuring, it will not suffice. So we have to have the conviction, we should have the devotion, and we should do it with sincerity. Then we'll attain liberation. They are therefore mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of his birth and activities. Those who are abhaktas, not devotees, they will not get. They will not be delivered from this material existence because they don't believe in the words of the acharyas. They don't believe in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. So how can they get liberation from this material existence? So this is a very good what you call bumper offer. No? to get rid of the material existence. Okay, it's a special what Diwali offer. Now it's coming, right? So, yeah, Navaratri offer also we can give immediate. Dasara, Vivek Prabhu. So take up this process immediately. Morning and evening, read this. It takes how long? Just translation or slokas. Keep reading it. As you read, you will have the conviction and you will be able to realize that this is happening. Miseries will come, but it's not affecting us. Miseries, why it comes? Because we have done something wrong. That's why we are getting miseries. Not everyone is getting miseries, right? Those who have the karmic balances, that karmic, that is Dushkriti, they will get miseries. Sukriti, they will get good time. Promotion, bonus, good house, good car. But we don't need any of them. Neither good karma nor bad karma. We should make it zero. No debit, no credit. None of the sides should have some figures. Both the sides should have zero. I don't want Sukriti, I don't want Dushkriti also. So make it zero. So to make it zero, we should read it with rapt attention, with sincerity, with devotion, without expecting anything in return. We can read this with some expectation also. That's also possible. It is not against the Vedic principle, expecting something in return. That's okay. But then that will bind us in this material world again and again. So whatever devotions activities we are doing, it should be done without expecting anything in return. That's what here. Okay. So any questions or any comments about this?
So, Prabhuji, what is the, you have told pain is inevitable, but suffering optional.
Sound,
suffering-
little sound. 1 second. Yeah.
So,
Can-
Prabhuji, since suffering is optional, what exactly you meant by that? So that if we do the chanting and if we do the, reading of the holy names in the morning, evening, so we can relieve. That is what you meant by suffering optional?
Yeah. Why I said pain is inevitable, suffering is option. See, according to our karma, if you are destined to get some miseries, it will come. But the God is so pleased with our devotional services. He will give us the courage to accept that, to face that without getting collapsed. Those who are not followers of Sanatana Dharma, those who doesn't believe in the existence of God or his activities, they will be totally collapsed when they get small, problem in their life. But even the mountain comes, he'll be still at peace. Person who are following the instructions of the Supreme Lord. Okay, they will have the courage and they will get the strength to face that. So that's why suffering is optional, we say. Pain will be there. If I get a, wound in my hand, I will get pain. But then I can face that. I can bear that pain because of the higher, strength that I am getting from the Supreme Lord. So, Prabhuji, is that still? Oh, you got exited?
Looks like connection problem.
Where is Vivek Prabhu? You got exited?
Looks like connection problem, maybe.
Okay. Anyway, so shall we continue?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Next.
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell the example of our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapatalaka Swami Guru Maharaj. See the amount of miseries that he is going through, the amount of pain that he is going through. If if that was an ordinary person. Just imagine, with all these physical problems that he is going through, he still keeps traveling and giving solace to all others, those who are undergoing smaller problems. From where is he getting this strength? At least 3-4 people are required to just lift him up and put him in a wheelchair, then make him stand. But in spite of all this problem, he doesn't want to stay in one place. If we were in his place, we will be in one corner. We don't want to move at all. But he keeps traveling with all the problems, with all the miseries that he has to undergo. He keeps traveling just to help others. So in this situation, an ordinary person, will he be able to do the same activity that he is doing? No. So from this, we can very well understand that God's blessing is there. So he is also, and the Supreme Lord is teaching us through such exalted personalities, how we can face such situation challenges, how we can face such challenges in our material life. If we get simple headache or fever, we will not go anywhere. Isn't it? I very well remember when he was staying in our house, he was totally bedridden, and nurse came and she was given this thing, drip. Maharaj was on the bed. For how many hours? How many people came at that time, and he was talking to them, consoling them with their problem. He himself is lying on bed. Okay. I remember when Mahavira Prabhu was telling, I think in Madras, after this multiple organ transplantation, he had the problem of kidney and plus liver, right? Both the transplantation, I think together it was done. So after he came to consciousness, what he did, he asked Mahavira Prabhu a paper and a pen, because he could not speak. Just after the operation, when we came to external consciousness, he asked him to give me a paper and pen. So Mahavira Prabhu gave and he wrote, please tell the attending us to chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Just imagine. He doesn't know whether he'll be alive after the operation. Immediately after the operation, such a major operation, transplantation. And he's telling Mahavira Prabhu, tell the attending nurse to chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Who can do this? So this is a pure devotee's symptoms. He is not at all bothered about his own existence in this world. He wants to give paropakarartham idam shariram. So this body is meant to help others. That is their conception. So this is, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. But is it clear? So do we get some picture about this? Now, just take our own example. Just small headache or small fever will immediately, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. We'll go to a corner and, sleep there, put on the blanket and we'll be behaving just like, some strange people from some other planet. This is our position. So the Lord utilizes his pure devotees to teach the ordinary people like us. Okay. Another time, there was, in Mayapur, Guru Maharaj was on wheelchair. Okay. And one Mataji, she was also in wheelchair. And her daughter was pushing her in the wheelchair. So they stopped. And this Mataji's daughter asked Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, I can understand my mother's position. She must have done some sinful activities in her some life. That's why she's suffering. She is on wheelchair. But what about you? You are a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. How come you are in this position? You are also in the wheelchair. So what difference is there? Then Guru Maharaj said, the difference is that I have given shelter to many disciples. And they are supposed to follow 4 regulatory principles, and they are supposed to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mantra. Many of them are not following the instruction given to me because I have taken the responsibility. It is not because of my karma I am suffering. I am suffering a part of their karma. Just imagine. I am not suffering because of my karma. I am suffering because they are not following strictly the vows that they have taken. Because of that, I have to partake a portion of their karma, so I am in this position. So even at the cost of his own material, problems, he wants to help others. He knows that people will not obey the instruction. They will violate the instructions and vows. But still he is ready to accept them under his shelter. So this is Guru. This is exalted personalities, devotees. Prahlad Maharaj said the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj said, let all the sins, even Vasudeva Datta, the sins of all the people in this world may come to me. I am ready to suffer. Let them get liberated. This is how the devotees, want to help others. If we are suffering, suppose I am suffering and there is a provision to share this suffering to somebody else, I'll be very happy. Isn't it? If somebody can share my suffering, I'll be very happy as an ordinary person. But the devotees, the pure devotees, they are ready to accept others' suffering. So that's the difference between an ordinary person and an exalted devotee. Okay, Hare Krishna, Vivek Prabhu, I don't know whether you heard it. Anyway, you can, if you have not heard it.
I hear sometimes because connection
No
was
problem.
lost.
You just listen to the recording, this particular word.
Yes.
Okay, I will send it to you.
Thank you.
Text 30. See, is it clear? Kapil Prabhu, Mayuri Mataji, Uma and all?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Text 30. Etat rupam bhagavato hi arupasya chidatmana maya gunair virachitam mahadadbhir atmani etat rupam bhagavato hi arupasya chidatmana maya gunair virachitam mahadadbhir atmani. Yes, Kapil Prabhu and Mataji.
Hare Krishna. एतद्रूपं भगवतो हररूपस्य चिदात्मनः मायागुणैर्विरचितं महादादि विरात्मनि.
Very good.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
The conception of the Virat universal form of the Lord as appearing in the material world is imaginary. It is to enable the less intelligence and neophytes to adjust to the idea of the Lord's having form, but factually the Lord has no material form.
Very good. So this is about the material form, the Virat Rupa, the Vishwarupa, that he exhibited many times. Okay, he exhibited these to who? Arjuna. He exhibited these to Yashodamaya. He exhibited these to Duryodhana. Okay, at different occasion in different ways, but it's a universal form, Virat Rupa. So here, what Sudha Goswami is telling is that the conception of Virat, universal form of the Lord, as appearing in the material world, is imaginary. It is not an eternal form. It's an imaginary form, just to make the non-devotees, especially the less intelligent devotees or the neophyte devotees, to make them understand that Lord has a form. He is not, some abstract light. He is not Nirakara. Just to make the neophyte devotees or less intelligent devotees understand that he has a form. That's it. Nothing else. And this form is not there in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, either he has four-handed form in the Vaikunta or he has two-handed form as Shyamasundara in Goloka, Mathura and Dwaraka. So this Krishna Loka is having three domains, Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwaraka. So there he is having two-handed forms, which is, comparatively from the Vaikunta Loka, they are on the higher realm. Vaikunta Loka is having four-handed forms as Narayana. So above Vaikunta is Krishna Loka, which is again divided into three parts. The topmost of that is Vrindavana. Okay, there he is having Shyamasundara form. It's a coward boy. There he is not God. In Vrindavana, he is not God. He is Sakha. He is lover. Okay, opulences are there, but the opulences will be eclipsed by their pure love in Vatsalya or Madhurya or Sakhya. But as you come down to Mathura, Dwaraka, it increases, the opulences keeps increasing gradually. In Vrindavana, the opulences are totally eclipsed. What will be exhibited there? Madhurya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa and Sakhya Rasa. These three rasas are predominantly exhibited there. But as you come down, the opulence will start. When he went to Mathura, he started exhibiting his opulence of strength by fighting with Chanur Mushtika and Kamsa. Okay, and when he further went to Dwaraka, again he was like a king there in Dwaraka. Okay, opulences. So there he was treated like a king in Dwaraka, not as a coward boy. So Aishwarya was exhibited there. So here, that is called Madhurya Mishrit Aishwarya Bhakti. There it is pure Madhurya Bhakti in Goloka or pure Vatsalya Bhakti, pure Sakhya Bhakti. No opulences is mixed there. So that's it. So conception of Virat Rupa is just imaginary. It is not eternal. It is just to make the normal or less intelligent people understand that he has a form, but that form is transcendental, not material. But factually, the Lord has no material form. The conception of the Lord, known as the Vishwarupa or the Virat Rupa, is particularly not mentioned along with the various incarnations of the Lord, because all the incarnations of the Lord mentioned above are transcendental, and there is not a tinge of materialism in their bodies. So the people may have some doubts, because in the list of 22 incarnations given above, there is no Virat Rupa. So what is this Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa? So just to clarify that point, Sudha Goswami is telling that is temporary, it is not eternal, and it is just to give some education to the non-devotees and less intelligent devotees. So that's what it is said here. This Virat Rupa is not given in the list of 22 incarnations. So there is no difference between the body and the self as there is in the conditioned soul. So if it is transcendental, what it says there is no difference between the soul and the body. But for us, there's a difference. Soul is different, body is different. Soul is encaged in a material body. It is incompatible situation. Okay, why it is incompatible? incompatible because soul is Satchidananda and the body is material. So it is incompatible in the sense that one is spiritual, one is material. How it can be compatible? It is not compatible at all. So the Virat Rupa is conceived for those who are just neophyte worshippers. For them, the material Virat Rupa is presented, so that slowly and gradually they will come to the understanding that Lord has a form, and his form is spiritual, and he has his own abode. That's called Vaikunta. That's called Goloka Vrindavana. So slowly and gradually they will come to that stage of understanding. In the Virat Rupa, the material manifestation of different planets have been conceived as his legs, hands, etc. Actually, all such descriptions are for the neophytes. The neophytes cannot conceive of anything beyond matter. The material conceptions of Lord is not counted in the list of his factual forms. Okay, so this form or this Virat Rupa is not counted in the actual transcendental forms. As Paramatma or Super Soul, the Lord is within each and every material form, even within the atoms. So Paramatma is a feature of the Supreme Lord. And so it's the expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion. How do we understand that? I said it's a portion of the portion of the portion of the portion of the portion. So can anybody give some elaboration in this? Paramatma is Etechamsa Kalapumsam Krishnastu Bhagwan. What is the position of Paramatma here? It's a feature of the Supreme Lord. Why I said expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion? Why? Who is the Supreme Lord? Who is the Supreme?
Krishna himself. Krishna himself, probably.
Krishna himself, okay. Who is the first expansion?
Balramji.
And from Balram?
The Chaturvyu.
And from Chaturvyu?
Again Balram came.
No, Narayan.
Narayana, sorry. Yeah.
From Narayan
then again
Chaturvyu.
same Chaturvyu.
And from Chaturvyu again? Mahavishnu. Okay? Purushavadar. And from Mahavishnu?
Garbhodakshai.
Vishnu and Shirosai. And Paramatma is the expansion of that Shirosai Vishnu. So that's why I said it's expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion. It's not directly expansion of Krishna. So this Paramatma is the expansion of Chira Udaka Sai Vishnu. Who is the expansion of so many before that? Balram, Chaturvyuha, Narayana, Chaturvyuha, then Mahavishnu Purushavadara, then comes Shirosai Vishnu. So as Paramatma or Super Soul, the Lord is within each and every material form. So he is not only in Chara Achara, he is even in material also. Each and every atom. He is there as Paramatma along with the Jivatma in all Chara Achara, moving and non-living, non-moving entities. At the same time, he is also available in each and every atom, which is dead matter. Okay, material atom, it's a dead matter. He is there in that also. Even within the atoms. But the outward material form is but an imagination, both for the Lord and for the living being. The present forms of the conditioned souls are also not factual. So this form, why it is not factual? Okay, Prabhupada he writes here that this form is not factual. It's not factual. It is factual. Then why Prabhupada is telling that it's not factual? So how do we understand this? Read the subsequent sentences. The conclusion is that the material conception of the body of the Lord is, as Virat is imaginary. Both the Lord and the living beings are living spirits and have original spiritual bodies. Our body is temporary. After 50, 60, maximum 100 years, we have to get rid of this body. Will I have this body always, eternally? No. Today, luckily, I am in a human body. Next life, I don't know, maybe in some animal's body, aquatic's body, tree's body, we don't know it, depending upon my karma, or demigod's body, or even I may get liberated. We don't know. So this is temporary. That's why Prabhupada says the present forms of the conditioned souls are also not factual, means it is temporary. After this life, I cannot carry this body. Just like I am discarding this shirt or kurta, I have to discard this body also. And then I will get another body, either material or spiritual body. That's why it is not factual. So we are spirit soul by constitution. Now we got a temporary covering for that spirit soul. That's why we are known as Mr. So-and-so, Indian, white, brown, black, American, doctor, engineer, lawyer, like that. But these are all upadhis for the body, not for the soul. Upadhis means designations. Okay? We give, she's a doctor, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, okay, he's an accountant, he's an engineer. How long? 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years? After that, that upadhi is gone. So the upadhi, the designation is only for the body, not for the soul. So what's the designation of the soul? Jivere Swarupo hai, Krishnera Nitya. That is the eternal designation. This will not change. The temporary designation, doctor and pilot and engineer, this will be there for some time. Then afterwards, it will be changed when we change the body. So that's why it said it is not factual. The conclusion is that the material conception of the body of the Lord as Virat is imaginary. Both the Lord and the living beings are living spirits and have original spiritual bodies. All of us have a Swarupa, original spiritual body, in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, we don't know that. What is our body? What's the relation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, your voice is not clear.
Breaking,
Okay,
Prabhuji. This is breaking actually.
1 second there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is it okay now?
Still same problem, I think.
The problem is that maybe the Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. The law system closes may affect your audio quality, the processing some application. I have opened only one file. That's Anybody, can you hear me now?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, still voice is breaking.
Till this, like,
I'm not sure
What to
about
do?
the microphone issue or I think connection may be okay. I think microphone, some microphone issue. It seems like,
I think the internet issue, I think.
now it is okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Now what
Now it's
you
okay?
speak just now? Yeah, it is okay.
Let's continue. Okay. So the conclusion is that the material conception of the body of the Lord as Virat is imaginary. Both the Lord and the living beings are living spirits and have originally spiritual bodies. Now we are just how we are wearing the clothes. Okay. Similarly, we are wearing the bodies. We in the sense the souls. Or I am wearing this body. After this life, I will take another body. Okay? But in fact, our original constitutional position is we are the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord and we have spiritual bodies. So according to our relationship with the Supreme Lord, we all have a particular body to serve the Supreme Lord in that body's capacity. So we have to acquire that spiritual body. That body we will get when we go to the spiritual realm. After finishing all our karmas here, when we have no more karma, good or bad, then we will be promoted, liberated to the spiritual realm, where we will be awarded the spiritual body, and we will be serving the Supreme Lord, in each one capacity as a particular devotee of the Supreme Lord. This is what means. So any questions or any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, just I learned now that so Paramatma is a part of Shirodakshai Vishnu.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, when we get liberated, then Paramatma will be separated from Atma and it will go back to Shirodakshai Vishnu back, Prabhuji?
No. Paramatma is a feature that is available only in the material world.
Yes, Prabhuji. So once Atma got liberated, so Atma will go out from the material world.
After the Atma is liberated, Atma, according to the conception that the Atma has, if the Atma has a conception of impersonalism, it will go to the Brahmajyoti. If
Yes.
Atma has a conception of devotional service, then they will go to Vaikuntha or Goloka, depending upon in which rasa or in which mood the relationship is. Paramatma
Yes,
is only a feature in the material world. Paramatma is not
Yeah.
the Vaikuntha planet.
Yes, Prabhuji, that's what I'm saying. So Paramatma will be separated from us because Atma only will go out from this material, but the
Atma will
Paramatma
be
will go back.
liberated.
Paramatma will go back to the Shirodakshai Vishnu back.
Yeah, Paramatma is everywhere. It's all pervading.
Or pervading.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to go and merge in that. That's-
Okay. Because I read somewhere that everybody having the localized Paramatma means everybody's Paramatma is like a localized. We have Paramatma.
It's localized. Even in the atom is there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So once the annihilation takes place, everything goes to Mahavishnu.
Mahavishnu.
Once the annihilation. Manifestation,
Yes.
it will be Prakata. Okay, it will be manifested. Then unmanifested means annihilation. It will go, all the Brahmanda will go into the abdomen of Mahavishnu. As he exhales, it will come out. As he inhales, it will go into his body.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I
Hare
think,
Krishna, Prabhuji, I have a question. Hare Krishna.
yeah.
Okay. Prabhuji, when we take Ekadashi or we serve the sadhus, when we do pious activities, we are acquiring good karma. So how can we have to keep it zero. So what do we do with our good karma?
It's a good question. When we serve the devotees, sadhus, we get good karma. We should not do the activity in expecting some result out of that. So we will not get any karma, good karma. So we are serving not for some benefit. Even only when we expect, then there will be good karma. Okay, so no expectation. This is my duty to serve the sadhus. Within my capacity, I am trying to serve the sadhus sincerely, not expecting anything material, but at the same time, we can expect some spiritual benefit, purification of our existence, and help. The sadhus should help us to spiritually grow. That we can expect. That desire we can have, not material desire.
That was my question, Prabhuji.
Okay. Material desire, no. Because I am serving sadhu, I should get a good job. Okay, I should get a good house. No. Yes, I should improve spiritually. I should be able to do more devotional service. That we can expect. Spiritual desire is okay, but not material desires. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, any other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, so Garbhodakshai Vishnu, like from the Mahavishnu, I think it is like in all the universes. Can we say that? And then Shirodakshai Vishnu are in living beings, each and every living being.
Yeah.
Is that understanding correct?
Briefly say that Mahavishnu is lying on the causal ocean. When he breathes out, Millions and billions of Brahmandas comes out from the skin pores. Okay.
Yeah.
So in each and every Brahmanda, his own expansion as Garbhosai Vishnu enters. So in one universe, there is only one Garbhosai Vishnu.
Yeah.
Okay. And that
Correct.
Garbhosai Vishnu expands as Shirosai Vishnu and enters in each and every atom and in each and every living entity also.
Okay, Prabhuji, clear.
Okay.
Okay, clear.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So
Yeah.
all the devatas, when they goes to Kshirodakshai Vishnu only, Prabhuji.
No, when they go to meet, they go to Kshirosagar. Yes, Shirosai Vishnu. Suppose
Kshirodakshai.
there are some problem in this universe, in their universal affairs. So they will approach Swetadeep, near Dhura planet. Kshirosagar is there. They will go and approach. Just like for Bhumi Devi, had problem because of the Asuri kings. So she approached whom? Brahma. Brahma said, it's out of my control. Let us go to Shivaloka. Let us take him and all of the demigods and approach Vishnu. So they did not go to they went to the Prapanchika Vishnu Loka, Vaikunta. Prapanchika Vaikunta means the Vaikunta within this material world. Not this Vaikunta of the spiritual world. The Prapanchika Vaikunta of this material world, which is near the Dhura planet in the Swetadeep. And that Shirasai Vishnu is lying down in the Kshirosagar, milk ocean.
And Lakshmi Devi also there, Prabhuji, no?
Yeah,
With him?
definitely. Lakshmi Devi, Jaya Vijaya. Jaya Vijaya is from there.
Okay.
All Narada goes there. Everybody, but sometimes it so happens that he will not show himself. Ashariri, Akashvani. So
Akashvani.
when Brahma and all the Devatas along with Bhumi Devi went there, even Brahma did not see him. So they all glorified with Purusha Sukta. Okay. Then they appealed why they came, all the problems. Then the Vishnu said, don't worry, my source, the original personality of God Krishna will appear very soon. So Brahma, you arrange all the demigods to appear in Vrindavana to help this pastime. So he told everyone, but he himself did not come.
He told to Indra also miss. That was
Like that. Anyway, these are all
Thank-
just to give more and more pleasure to his own devotees. At the same time, he does so many other side activities like what is that? Re-establishing dharma, killing asuras. All these things he does as a byproduct, part of the Leela. Okay, anything else?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Any other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please one day explain the Golok chart na.
That we have to, Mataji, on Zoom it will be difficult.
Okay, Prabhuji, when you will be here, then.
Yeah. We'll try. I'm not expert in that, but whatever I know, I will explain. It's very vast subject.
Prabhuji, so other forms, like what we know.
Yeah.
Ram, Narsimha, Varaha, and all.
But is
So where it Rama, Narsimha, and Vamana Avatar and Varaha Avatar and all this. So where this will fit in it's like expansion when you mention the expansion.
they're all incarnations from
Okay.
Shirasai Vishnu. So all the incarnation in the material world comes through comes from Shirasai Vishnu.
Okay, Prabhuji.
All the incarnations.
All the incarnations. Okay, Prabhuji.
But that is what he said, no? Just before, two slokas before. Etecha amsha kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. All others are kalapumsa, expansions of or portions of the. But in the list we have given already Krishna's incarnation also. But he is not incarnation. He is Swayam Bhagavan, from whom all the incarnation comes. Original source. That is
Okay,
what
Prabhuji.
Sudha Goswami says. He is the original source. He is the first lamp, from whom all other lamps are lit. So it maintains the originality. He is the Adi first. Although it gives the same light, all the lamps gives the same light and heat. Original is still original.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Prabhuji, one more question.
Yeah.
Does going back to Kshirodakashai Vishnu mean that it is the same as going back home back to Godhead to Golok Vrindavan? Is
No,
that the same?
we will not go back to Shirosai Vishnu. Shirosai Vishnu is in the material world. And our aim is not to go to Kshitasagara or Shirosai Vishnu in the material world. Our aim is to go across the material world, above the material world to the spiritual world, where Narayana in Vaikunta and Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. Depending upon our relationship, depending upon our spiritual desire,
Krishna.
going to the respective realm.
Each question I would do.
Ragvasai Vishnu, Chirosai Vishnu are all the Supreme Lord in the material world to help the universal affairs.
એટલે તો કહું માતાજી છોકરીને લગ્ન કરી તો ઈશાને
Thank
કીધું
you.
છે માતાજી ધરાર કરે
Yes. Anything else?
નથિંગ પ્રભુજી બસ પ્રાર્થના કરજો.
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubheva cha patidanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. इंताय गो प्रेम हरि हरि बोल.